Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Yahweh Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Okay? It's just that simple. For the brothers of Great Millstone who I learned and took notes from and went back and read the biblical scriptures that did as the Bereans did and read the biblical scriptures to see if they were telling the truth and found out they were telling the truth. What the fuck? Shalom. Wow. This gets better and better. White supremacists help raise hundreds of thousands for a woman who hurled a slur at a black child. Right? Wow. Over the last week, white supremacists, anti-Semites, and racists have been supporting a woman accused of calling a black child a racial slur by helping to coordinate her donation drive and raising hundreds of thousands of dollars. They have leveraged the fundraising campaign to spread hateful talking points and legitimize their ideas. The woman, identified in media reports as Shiloh Hendricks, was depicted in a video that began circulating on social media on April 28, 2025, allegedly accosting a black 5-year-old at a playground in Rochester, Minnesota. In the video, the man recording asks the woman if she called the child a nigger, and she responds by hurling the slur at the man recording as well. Salakia. Okay, Salakia. Okay, a black 5-year-old at a playground in Rochester, Minnesota. In the video, the man recording asks the woman if she called the child the N-word, and she responds by hurling the slur at the man recording as well. Okay, now wait a minute. Now they gave this woman hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? This is the unrighteous decree and grievances that Esau prescribes for his people under white privilege and white supremacy. This is going to get really bad. Okay. On May 1st, 2025, a crowdfunding campaign was created on Give, Send, Go, a prominent facilitator of extremist crowdfunding, to raise funds for Hendricks. It is unclear who was authentically involved in creating the campaign, although several ex-users known to promote extremist and anti-black rhetoric have since claimed shared responsibility for coordinating the effort. They assert that Hendricks will be the primary recipient of the funds, and the Give, Send, Go campaign page indicates this is the case. The Give, Send, Go campaign immediately went viral on X, and the link to the page was mentioned over 25,000 times in the days that followed the circulation of the video. As of this writing, the campaign has received over $700,000 of its $1 million goal from over 26,500 donors, with many of the donation comments containing white supremacist, racist, and anti-Semitic messaging, names, and denominations. Okay. The COE review of 23,409 donations as of May 4th, 2025 for the Give, Send, Go campaign found that 13,031 or 56% of donations included a comment or a name. The main contributors left the space for this information blank. Further review of the donations with a comment and or name found that 3,935, roughly 30%, including white supremacist, racist, or anti-Semitic content. Okay, the comments' donation names included a wide variety of racial slurs against black people, white supremacist, and Nazi symbols, and calls for the killing or unaliving or deportation of non-whites and JOOs, right? Dozens used their donation comment to leverage anti-Semitic or anti-Shemitic conspiracy theories, such as messages included JOOs are the reason we are in this mess. JOOs have been flooding our countries with the bioweapons for centuries. JOOs are using diverse immigrants to dilute the white population, and the Goyim are figuring out JOOs are using non-whites to wage their ancient war against God. Okay. The Anti-Defamation League is a motherfucker, boy. What the actual fuck? Okay. So the Anti-Defamation League is ran, the ADL, okay? They're ran by the very self-same people that they're fighting against. Okay? Let's go get it again. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Right? And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Right? And this is basically what's going on right now, man. You got Esau versus Esau. Wow, where is that at, man? Let's get Satan against Satan. Boom. Okay, so hold on. Boom. Let's get it. Luke 11. Okay. Luke 11, chapter 11, verse 17. But he, being the Son of the Most High, Yahushua HaMashiach, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought into desolation, and a house divided against a house against it divided falleth. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because ye say, I cast out devils through Beelzebub. Right? See? Let's go back here. Mark chapter 3. Verse 23. And he called them unto him, and said unto them in parables, How can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. Is it not Americans versus Americans now? They just defunded the DAV, the Department of or Disabled American Veterans. As far as the monetary compensation they were supposed to be getting per month for being veterans of the United States, they just canceled that. So now you have veterans out there that have actually no monetary compensation for fighting, raping, murdering, pillaging, setting people on fire, and shedding blood of people in defense of a race of people that all they know is divide and conquer. And these veterans that had that ideology in their mind of divide and conquer, okay, are no longer being financially compensated for unaliving people in the name of the United States. Right? How can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. Okay, so clearly we are actually seeing the downfall of our enemies. Okay, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Hold on, up. No, I don't want a flag. Okay, let's see. Let's see, what was that? Let's see, I think it was 25. Let's see. Salakia. There it is. Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th will I utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Okay? So we get an opportunity to see the fall of our enemies right before us, man. Okay? Praise the Lord. Okay? And I think it goes into much of the other things that the Most High hateth. Okay. No, I think that's it. It's somewhere. Uh, a man of war. Slovakia. Slovakia. There it is. Ecclesiasticus chapter 20. It was the next chapter. Okay, that's what I was looking for. Ecclesiasticus chapter 26. Verse 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord prepareth such a one for the sword. Right? See, a man of war that suffereth poverty, and they just shut off all of the finances for the Department of American Veterans and Men of War. Okay? And the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said that he would destroy any country that would not honor men of war. Man, right here, look. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by. Right? And one that returneth from righteousness to sin. You see? That's crazy, man. But that's basically what's happening right here, man. Okay? So the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is doing exactly what he said he was going to do. Okay? Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. You see what I'm saying? And that's exactly what these goddamn devils have done all the time, every day. That's all they know is rape, murder, and pillage. Right? NLT, verse 2. They deprive the poor of justice and deny the rights of the needy among my people. They prey on widows and take advantage of orphans. Nobody does that but Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Nobody else does that. And you're saying you're getting mad and pissed off because, why are you guys always picking on the white people? Well, what the fuck? White people's axiom of the way they deal with people on a global scale is to divide and conquer. Find a way. They send agents in to threaten the well-being of an indigenous population of people or a country that have natural resources that the American people or the so-called white man wants. Then they'll go to war against that country and tell the American people to support it by telling them a lie through propaganda and mainstream media that this country's doing this and doing that to their people. We got to go in there and stop them. So a lot of our men, young men, join the military in the belief that that's what's going on. And when they get over there and find out that they're really just stealing people's natural resources, they come back home as veterans from that war and they kill themselves or they unalive themselves. Okay, and the reason why they do that is because of the very self-same reason that they were lied to. And now you have all of these veterans that they're going to get all of their funds cut off. So they're going to do the same thing with women that are that are codependent on the government for monthly subsidies, HUD housing, welfare, EBT cards, all of that stuff. They're going to cut that either in half or they're going to cut it off all entirely and indefinitely. Okay, but what they're doing is they're shooting themselves in their own foot, because the vast majority of the people that use HUD housing, that use welfare, are the so-called white people. They're the vast majority of the people that use that are white people, not us. We just get what's left. Okay, it's always been like that. Okay, so they're shooting themselves in their own foot, but okay, or cutting off their nose to spite their face. And this is what these Edomites have always done. That's who they are as a race of people. Okay, and when we try to tell you this, you get mad and you want to defend them. With Stockholm Syndrome, let's go into Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome, where is it? Where's it? Slovakia. Stockholm Syndrome. There it is, boom. Stockholm Syndrome definition. Stockholm Syndrome is a psychological phenomenon where hostages or victims develop positive feelings, empathy, or even affection towards their captors or abusers. Okay? So if you have an oppressor that's abusing you, you feel and develop positive feelings and empathy. Well, they must have did something wrong to piss the master off. Oh, well, that's on them. And this is the mental state of our people. They've completely lost their way. They're completely complicit with the death and the destruction of their own kind. Okay? And they don't have a problem with it. Okay? This can include identifying with the abuser's beliefs, defending them from authorities, or refusing to cooperate with rescue attempts. Right? Stockholm Syndrome, big as shit. Okay? Mind control. Mind control. Hold on. Stockholm Syndrome, a psychological phenomenon in which hostages express empathy and have positive feelings toward their captors, sometimes to the point of defending them. Okay? And 2/3 of our people have been defending these goddamn Edomite devils, man. Okay? They've been defending the shit out of them. Here, look, let me take me a picture of that. Oh, they can't take a picture. That's fine. That's cool. But that's all good, man. And that, right? And that's the reason why a lot of our people are getting on TikTok defending Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and the wickedness that they've done to our people. They're defending this shit. Okay? And, we suffer these things in our relationships with people that we love and we care about the same way. They also defend these goddamn Edomites. Okay? Okay? I'm like, man, look, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is on his way to defend his people, to destroy their enemies, their oppressors from off the face of the earth. And let's go get that. Join hand in hand. Join hand in hand. Boom. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand joined in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 5. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. So if you got pride in your heart, you're proud about anything with your chest stuck out, God hates you. The Most High hates pride. He always has. Right? Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. Okay? See what I'm saying? These devils are not going to go unpunished. It doesn't matter if you join hand in hand with these motherfuckers. It doesn't matter if you defend them and if you've developed positive emotional feelings toward these goddamn Edomites. The Most High is going to destroy these fuckers from off the face of the earth anyway, despite what you feel about them. Okay? And if you want to go and die with them, although hand join in hand, it ain't going to change. You're going to be destroyed with them. Right? Anyway, all praises to the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua HaMashiach. Because this is crazy, man. Y'all seen that madness? I know y'all seen that madness. It's crazy. Okay. ADL. Okay. But check this out. Now, okay, listen to this. Hold on. Wait a minute. Where's this in? 14 of the top 20 most repeated donor names included white supremacist or racist references, including spoonerism, Nate Higgers 130 times, White Lives Matter 24, and TND, total N-word death. Donations were also made in denominations of white supremacist numerical codes as of 14 and 88. Okay? At the time of this report, there were 693 donations, or of $14, 99 donations of $88, and 26 donations that used variations of $14.88. Okay. See? Come on, man. But okay. No. But okay. Now let's go to the other deal I was trying to get about the one brother that got mad and exterminated that ran over the one cop, right? What's his name? Salakia.
All right, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect that is scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, that believe wholeheartedly in the true doctrine that is being pushed throughout the four winds of the earth, who are in hope of mercy and salvation during the time of Jacob's trouble, as well as